Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to learn about linear inequalities. So, we have studied so far about linear equations. Okay. In equations, what we have, we write something like ax plus b equals c. So, we see here the equal sign. Now, when it is having inequalities, so it means it should be something but not the equal. So we know that if any two quantities are not equal, then what is possible? It's either greater, less, greater than equal to, or less than equal to. These are the notations that we have. So the first notation is greater than. It is known as greater than, more than, is large than, exceeds. Okay, so these are the words. If you see in any question, it means this is the notation. Now, you see that with this notation, an equal sign, a line below it. So it means equality. So it's greater than or equal to. Or you can use it for at least. You can use it even for no less than. And then you can also use it for is the minimum. Okay. Similarly, the other inequality is less than. Okay. This is the notation. We read it for as is less than, or it's smaller than, has fewer than, or is lower than. Similarly, if it comes with the equal sign, we say less than or equal to, at the most, no more than, and the maximum. So you need to remember like what things are coming, and then accordingly you have to use the sample. Okay. Now, greater than, when it comes to represent it on a number line, when you see only greater, you see only this sign. So on the number line, you represent it by a hollow circle. And since it's greater than, it means it will move towards the right side. Okay. On the other hand, if you see greater than and equal, means this sign. So whenever it is equal, it means it should be a filled circle at that particular point. And again, the direction will be on the right side. Okay. Now, when you see the notation less than, but there is no equal, so it is empty, hollow circle, and it will move on the left side. Less than equal to, so it means because of equal sign, it is a filled circle and it was moving on the left. So remember that whenever it is greater than symbol, you move on the right side, okay? And whenever it is a less than or less than equal to, you move on the left side towards from the point, okay? Also, how you can represent the interval, an interval, it's greater than, so you use either this bracket or this bracket, okay? Depending upon the values. When it is greater than equal, so close bracket like this. Okay, here again open parenthesis and closed. I'll explain you this with the help of example. This is for interval notation. Interval. This is for graph, the notation that you will use. So let's see some examples. Now, suppose you have to represent x less than equal to 5. So this is less than equal to, it means this one. So how you represent on the graph? Fill circle and move towards the left. Now, what you have to do is locate the point 5. Where is the 5 point? The point 5 is here on the number line. Now, since this is less than equal to, so the circle will be filled. So at this point, you will make the filled circle. Okay. And since it's less than equal to, less means left. So from here, move towards the left. So this is how you represent it on a number line. Okay, let's first see how to represent all this on the number line, and then we will see how to represent them by using interval notation. Okay, now again, next question. X greater than equal to, minus 2.5. So first thing is to locate the point. Minus 2.5. So this is minus 2, this is minus 3. So the point should be somewhere here. Okay, it will be somewhere here. Minus 2.5. Now, since the sign is greater than equal to, it means it should be a filled circle. So at this point, you have filled circle. Now you have to decide whether it is on right or left. For less than, it's left. So for greater than, it should be on right. So from this point, the line will be on the right side. Okay, I hope it's clear. Similarly, now, see, it's not necessary that you always use the variable x. The variable can be anything. Now, since the variable is x, this represents your x-axis. Okay, now in this question, the variable is y. So you can say that this represents the y-axis. In fourth example, it represents a. So you can name this line as this number line as a. In fifth example, again you will represent the number line as x. Okay. So let's come to the third one. In third, y less than minus 1. So as usual, locate the point minus 1. It's here. Okay. Now you have to check whether it's going to be hollow or filled. Since less, there is no equal. So it means it's going to be hollow. So here it's like this. Okay. Then less than means move towards the left. So from here you move towards the left. Actually, why we are moving towards the left? Because on left side the value decrease. If you look at the number line, say here 0. When you move on the right side, the value increases. When you move on the left side, the value decreases. So that's why whenever the sign is less than, we move on the left side. Hope it's clear. Now, a greater than 5. So as usual, locate the number 5. Okay. Now, since it's greater, so it means it's a hollow. This is hollow. Move towards the right. And then, okay. Now, look at here. You see here two numbers, 2 and 7. This says that the value of x lies between 2 and 7. So, in this case, locate both the points. Do the same way how we did it before. Okay. Now, here, there is no equal. So, it means hollow in both the positions. Okay. So here also it's a hollow circle and here also hollow. Now the value of x lies between these two. So that's what you have to do. Join it parallel. Okay. It's not giving in a direction, in any direction, but instead it is a note, an interval. Okay. Now, so let's write here again the interval notation. Okay, so moving on to interval notation. What I said, whenever you see the equal sign, it means it should be a closed bracket of this type or this type. Whenever there is an equal sign, okay, closed bracket. And whenever there is no equal sign, so it should be parenthesis, either this or this. So let's see. What it says, x less than equal to 5. So from point 5, it's going towards the left side. And here it can reach until minus infinity, yeah? Because it's minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, and it's so on, keeps on going. So it's minus infinity on the left side. So, but on the right side, it is bounded by 5. Means it cannot go any number after 5. So in interval notation, you write here 5, and here the number is minus infinity. Remember, whenever there is minus or plus infinity, it's always open here. Okay, this bracket. Okay, now 5. Since it's less than equal to, there is an equal sign, it means we are going to use this notation. So it's a closed bracket here. So this is how you represent it on a number line. Number line on a interval notation. Okay. Now similarly here, greater than equal to. So you know one point is minus 2.5. Now how you know that this point is here? See, it's moving on the right. On the right side, it can go up to infinity, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 100, 1000, 10,000. It may go up to infinite. So on this side, it's infinity. And here, the number is minus 2.5. And what I said, whenever it is infinity or minus infinity, that side, it's always a parenthesis. Now, since it's greater than equal to, so here it should be a square bracket. Clear? Moving on to next. The number is minus 1. One of the digit is minus 1. Now it's moving on the left after infinite. So it is minus infinity. Okay, minus infinity. So it is open from here. And since there is no equal, so it means it's open from here also. See, when it is greater than or equal, it's open. Okay, now here, a greater than 5. So one number is 5. Now you have to check whether the other number is 5, minus infinity or infinity. It says greater than 5. It's moving on the right side. So it's moving towards infinity. So other number is infinity and it's open. And since there it's greater than, so it's again open. Now, this question is different. Here the values lies between 2 and 7. So you already have both the numbers. So you don't have to look it's minus infinity or plus infinity. Okay. Now, since both are inequalities, okay, without equal sign, so it should be open parenthesis. So this is now opening the bracket, so you should close it. Okay. You cannot draw here, say, like this. This doesn't make sense. Okay. So it should be close. Because whenever we introduce an interval, we always write it like square brackets. One is opening, another is closing bracket. Or like this, or this. Okay. So if one bracket is opening, other should be closing. Let's do some more example. 1 less than x less than equal to 5. So as usual, locate the numbers 1 and 5. This is 1, this is 5. Okay. Then this less than equal to means filled circle. This means hollow. Put that thing here. Hollow and filled. Now you have both the points, so it means it is in between. Okay. And in interval notation, this means now you have both the numbers, so it means 1 and 5. Now there is an equality, it means it's a square bracket. And there is no equality, means it's a parenthesis. Okay. Let's know the next one. Minus 3, 0. This is minus 3, this is 0. So now you have both the points. Okay. Now since both are inequality, both are hollow. So we put it like this and it should be in between. When we have 2 points, we don't have to check left or right. It is clearly in between those two numbers. So you have two numbers, minus 3 and 0. There is no equal sign, only less than. So it means opening bracket, close bracket. Okay. Moving on to next, minus 1. Locate the point minus 1. It says x greater than, greater than. So it means it's hollow, hollow circle. And then it moves towards the right side. Greater means right side. So it moves towards the right side. Okay. Now, when it comes to writing at the in the interval notation, you have 1 point minus 1. Now you have to check it's left minus infinity or infinity, the other point. So since it's moving right side, the values are increasing. So it will go up to infinity. So the next number is infinity. Now since it's a greater than, so it's a open sign. And also for infinity, it's open bracket. Okay, let's move to the next one. 1.5 and 4. So this is 4. 1.5 will be somewhere in between 1 and 2, the center, 1.5. Now here It's filled circle and it's hollow because of inequality. So this is filled, this is hollow. Okay. Since you have both the points, just join them. Okay. When you have both sides points, it's become easier for you to draw a line on the graph or to write interval because you have both the numbers here, 1.5 and 4. It's open, so parenthesis, this curly bracket and here square bracket. Okay, let's check here. 2, 7. So this is 2. Here we have 7. Now what is here? In both the places we have equality. So hollow, not hollow, filled circle. At 2 as well as 3. And then graphing on the number line, just join them. Okay, when writing the points, you have 2, you have 7. And both are equal with equal. So square bracket. Okay, so this is how you graph inequalities on the number line.